Hi guys, welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to share my IELTS exam experience and how I scored 8 overall in IELTS general. So before I do that, I'm gonna share the report on the screen so that you know I'm not lying here. And section wise, I scored 8 in listening, 8.5 in reading, and 7 in writing, and in part 2 I scored 8. Now, before you go about giving this exam, you should know that this is a language test. So if you are not comfortable with English language, or you are not able to make basic sentences or cannot communicate, then you should first practice more English language, then you can go for this test. Now let's talk about my experience and how I started preparing for this. So I am somebody who is comfortable with the language, but can make mistakes, and I do make mistakes like pronunciation mistakes here and there, but I think that's fine. So I did give the exam for the first time, and before me my husband gave the exam, and at that time I was not aware what he was doing, how he was preparing, but he did give me some useful tips, and which I applied and were helpful. I'm assuming that you are already comfortable with the language, so I'm gonna give the tips according to that. First thing to know is the format of the exam, and to eliminate the fear of unknown, and for that you have to just go on YouTube, and on the YouTube search page you will search E2 test prep. So this is a very nice YouTube channel, and for every section, for reading, listening, writing and speaking, you have to watch 2 to 3 starting videos in which they will tell the format of the exam, type of questions and the format and the level of questions, and everything, and number of questions. So all that stuff you have to know first before you actually practice for the test. After you have done that for every section, including speaking, you have to start practicing the test. So daily, for example, let's take 3 sections first, that is listening, reading and writing. Now for listening you will take 1 test daily, and for reading you will take like 1 practice test daily, and for writing you will write 1 essay daily and 1 letter daily. So in a week or 2 you should be comfortable, and you should once you will score in around 36 to 38 range, somewhere between 35 to 40, then you are comfortable and you can schedule your exam date. For speaking, you need a person, or a voice recorder is also fine. So you will ask them to ask you a few basic questions like your name, your house, your neighborhood, your education, your background, and you should be comfortable in answering them in English. Already write those basic questions and answers to those questions, and how will you answer them, and you can make like proper sentences. For example, if they ask about your neighborhood, you should already be making some sentences and know how to answer them. So that's something you can do already, everything about your education, because that is something they will ask for sure, what you do, and what is your education, how is your neighborhood, how is your city, where do you live, where are you from, something like that. And you can just do not give answers in 1 word, and you have to show your language skills, how much you know the language. So you have to make more sentences, you have to say more than you are asked. For example, if I'm asked which city I live in, so I will answer something like I can answer Vancouver, I live in Vancouver. But I can say I live in Vancouver, and it's a beautiful city, it's a beautiful green city, it's very clean and I love here, something like that. You add few sentences more so that you can show off your skills of show off the language skills you have. And apart from that, there will be a topic given to you for on which you have to talk for a minute, and you can just record that time, record your voice, analyze that in a voice recorder, or you can also time that, always time that, so that you know that how much you speak in a minute. Now for reading, in the start I was not scoring really well in the reading, so I was scoring around 18, 20, 22, 24 out of 40, and I was scoring really low, and I was thinking that it's really hard. But then after some practice tests I was scoring fine. I was around 30, 32 so I was good, and I think reading is quite easy. So if you concentrate really well, and then reading is really easy. Just make sure that you do enough practice tests so that you can know your level, and you can just score well in the exam too. I was finding listening to be very easy in practice test, but in the actual exam there was one question, and I was not able to hear the proper pronunciations and the wordings they were saying, and I actually messed up, I think, because I scored 8. I know that I messed up, and I was not able to understand what they were saying. So things like that happen. So make sure you practice enough before the exam, so that you are comfortable with those accents. If you're scoring well in the practice test, you should be good, I think, because the level of the exam is fairly same. I think a bit more difficult, but it on an average it will be same as the practice test, I think. Now coming to writing, writing is very boring. Actually, I used to write a letter and an essay daily, but reviewing them and rereading them was very difficult and very boring. But you have to practice daily. Make sure that you write a letter on different topic every day, and an essay every day on a different topic. There are two things you have to keep in mind in writing, and first would be stay on the topic. When I say stay on the topic, you have to stay on the topic, and you have to make sure that you are including all the all the details and the questions which the question is asking, and keep them in the same order. Also, same in letter, you have to give all the details. And the second thing would be developing the ideas. For example, in essay you are proposing one idea or saying a statement, then you have to develop it, how that is related to the essay, the main topic of the essay, or what are the consequences. For example, I say sky is blue, what are the consequences of sky being blue, or why it's blue, something like that. You have to develop that idea in the paragraph, and make sure you keep one idea for every paragraph, and for all 2-3 ideas, and that's how you can write it. And I think that's it. Keep practicing. Practice is very important. So one important thing I wanted to say was that when you book the exam, there is an exam dashboard, whichever from wherever you are booking, and they give some tips on the exam, and they are very helpful because they are given by some ex-exam setters or something like that, and experts. So watch those videos too, they are helpful. And I think that's it for today's video. If you want me to make a detailed video on any section, let me know, please. And thank you for watching. Bye.